3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Taylor.
And I'm Jason.
And this is Al.
Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. Hope you're all holding on for dear life.
Just like Al.
God bless.
Taylor, Jason, and Al, you rocked the Crypto Capital Venture world. We are definitely trying to hold on for dear life. I need that Captain America shield. That intro was money. Thank you so much for sending it in. Thank you everybody who's been sending in intros. They are pretty awesome. Want to jump into this video. I want to go over a couple things. And before we do, I just tweeted about Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, I will be interviewing live on this channel Eric Brown from Alliant Payments. So pretty excited about it. Obviously, they just partnered with the Litecoin Foundation, and we've talked about it. They've been making moves silently, just doing work for adoption. They're leading the way, they're leading the charge. Eric is certainly a pioneer, and I'm excited to have him on here, and it's gonna be fun. So I tweeted, watch live as I talk with founder and CEO of Alliant Payments, Eric Brown. So Tuesday, 4/10/18 at 4 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, if you have specific questions, post them. Go over to my Twitter. Hopefully you follow me over there. Post them in the comments, and we'll do our best to answer as many as we can, or ask as many as we can. So really cool news, and looking forward to it. I want to jump into Litecoin. I want to talk about just where we are as far as price goes. I'm interested in price. Everybody's interested in price, even if you say you're not. I'm more interested probably in the tech and just in the adoption. I love this space. I'm in this long term, so I'm not as worried with price, but I love and I enjoy watching it. And I love finding opportunity to add to my position. So in this video, I guess want to talk about the bullish case for Litecoin right now. What does that look like? And I think I tried setting the stage here to illustrate at least my way of thinking. This is all my thinking. It's my opinion. And it's not a prediction. Any prediction right now in the market is pretty much useless. We have a 50-50 shot of going either way. That's just the way this is. The charts give us clues and they help us to be prepared. But right now, with manipulation happening and things like that, we can't rely so much on charts. Support that we think is there could disappear very quickly at a time like this. And a time like this is right now in this extremely small channel. You can see this consolidation, it's just constricting, and we're getting ready for a move. It's just going to happen because the channel can only get so small before we have to go up or down. So what would that move look like? We can kind of take just this past year where we have these, and this is the bullish move that I'm talking about, a bullish case for Litecoin. We have these triangles that we've watched, right? These continuation patterns. And every time really you can see it, we start a new channel, a new triangle, and we hit a high. And that high typically has acted as a new baseline for the next breakout that happens. And you can see it happen over and over again. So this high acting as a baseline for this next breakout. This high, this past high in September, acting as a baseline here. And even going back a year, this high acting as a baseline for this breakout. So the bullish case, if history were to repeat itself, in my opinion, would be this high that we experienced in December would be the new baseline for this next continuation pattern that we haven't even begun to make yet, but it would be a baseline of around $350, which is around this previous high. If you want to call it a channel right in that range somewhere, that would be the new baseline. So it could look anything like consolidate, just like we did in the past here, and then we broke out, and then we broke out, and then it would look something like that. We break out to a new channel at a new baseline, and if history were to repeat itself, would be at a previous high of around $350. So, I mean, I don't want you to comment and be like, Dan, so you're predicting $350 in the next 30 to 60 days. I'm not. However, on the upside, if there were to be a bullish, I guess, scenario, that is, I guess, what I'm saying. That's what I would expect. That's what I would look for. So same thing though, same rules. If we were to break out of this triangle, I would look for conservatively a revisit to the top of the triangle, right, for support, and a bounce off before we kind of did that. Now that's just kind of how I am. And if I were to add into my position for a breakout on the upside, that's what I would look for. So that's really that. That's the bullish scenario, the bullish case for Litecoin. Now we can go over to the daily, and we're at a critical time right now in terms of the current continuation pattern. If something on the upside is going to happen, hopefully it happens soon, because right now you can see this little channel that I have in red, which is basically the middle of our support at 109, which is this previous low of the triangle, and basically the top of the actual triangle. So basically where we're trading now. So this little channel is, in my opinion, is important to stay above. We really don't want to start testing 109. We don't want to create a new low below 109, because then we basically are starting to break this continuation pattern. And then we're probably going to test 100. And as we test that again, it might get weaker and we might break 100. This is, I guess you could call a bullish case or a bearish case for Litecoin. But I say it's critical that we don't break this 109 support, because really these higher lows are extremely important in the bullish case for Litecoin, because the higher lows basically for the last year have told the story. There's always been higher lows, and we've just continued this uptrend. And now if we broke one of these very key foundational higher lows and we created a new low, well, then we're starting to form, we've been going up for a while. If I can get my paintbrush. And if we start to form new lows as opposed to these higher lows, then we're going to start getting some downward momentum, which is more of a bearish case for Litecoin. So yes, obviously any prediction that people have, it's a prediction, it's an opinion. It's all based on someone's personal unique experiences. It's based on what they see, and nobody knows. That's just the bottom line. It is what it is. And I know everybody really likes predictions, but it's just the world we live in. Nobody knows. So I do want to look at the daily just in terms of, I guess, first of all, for reference, we can look at how oversold we are. Where is it? On the weekly. This is a very foundational point that we've been tracking, which is how oversold we are and have been on the weekly. And it's very similar to how oversold we were last time. So if a breakout were to happen, you would expect it to happen soon, maybe to that 350 area. Now, back to the daily, what I want to talk about is if we break this triangle, which would be really the first time we've broken a triangle in the last year. We really haven't done that. If we broke the triangle, then we're really going to be revisiting. We're going to be visiting an area of really a bearish type of market, and that's really this channel that we're looking at here. All the way down to $50 and below. We're going to start testing these areas that were resistance that we broke, and now we're going to be hoping that they act as support for us. That's on the downside. And, I think it's always important to be prepared for the downside, because in this market with the manipulation and anything able to happen, it's important to be prepared. So I'm not really going to touch on that too much, because I really wanted this to be the bullish case for Litecoin. And that's my bullish case for Litecoin. So you can really notice too, the one of the most critical things that we're going to need if we want to let me go back to this chart right here. If we want to create this new high and this new channel at 350 and continue this long-term uptrend, you can really see what we need to happen would be just this continued exact type of movement on the volume to get us to this point. So we really need a crazy nice burst of volume. And what will inspire that? What will trigger that? Could be a number of things. Could be some type of news coming out in terms of regulations. Could be partnerships. Could be anything, and we don't know. But and on the flip side, you know, bad news can come out that could kind of send us in the opposite direction. So just as always, be careful out there. Trade conservatively. Be prepared. If you want to add to your position, just watch these charts and watch what we're looking at to be prepared to enter your position where you're comfortable with. That's my best advice I can give. And remember, this is not financial advice. I just want to kind of reflect my approach and kind of track the way I look at things and the way I see things. So be careful out there. Don't spend more money than you can afford to lose. And those are my thoughts. So probably a little bit longer of a video, but I really wanted to dive in and kind of look at the bullish case for Litecoin because there's so much going on. As always long-term bullish on Litecoin. But if we could kind of pinpoint it to the next 30, 60 days, I think that would be the bullish case. That would be the bullish move for Litecoin. So only time will tell. Let me know your thoughts in the description. Do you think I'm way off here? Do you disagree? Do you agree? I hope that all of you are having a great week. I hope you have a good weekend this weekend. Again, if you're not following me on Twitter, please go follow me. If you have some questions for Eric next week, the Alliant interview, please ask them. It's going to be fun. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. I would love to have you as part of the channel. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. I will see you all in the next video, and God bless.